Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of my Master of PVM series. And just in case if you're unaware, this is the series where I go for all of the boss pets and all of the unique boss drops from virtually every single boss, except the ones that don't really matter. I'm looking at UKBD and Mole, but either way, this episode is pretty awesome, so let's dive right in. So for the last couple months, I've been working on Solo Corp, and it's one of the solo bosses that I tend to enjoy the most if you ignore God Wars 2. And of course, because I'm going for the pet and all of the drops, I do need to get one of each sigil, so that is going to be quite the undertaking because, there's 4 sigils, they are very rare, and, I could just, not get one. I could go 4,000 kills without all 4 unique sigils. So this boss, I think, is going to be the most time-consuming in terms of kills out of pretty much any of the other bosses, excluding Virago. But enough rambling. For the drops that I got during the kills, I got 2 holy elixirs in the first 200 kills. The first 200 kills were really uneventful. I only got the 2 elixirs, and that was it. I didn't really get that many onyx bolts and cannonballs, if I remember correctly. But that all changed on kill number 215. I soloed a divine sigil. That was so hype when I got that. I was freaking the hell out on stream. I'm pretty sure that happened a month and a half, 2 months ago. So I've been holding on to this piece of information for a while. But oh man, it's still pretty hype knowing that I soloed a divine for this first sigil. If you are wondering as well, the only other sigil that I've ever gotten in my life was the Elysian duo 2.5 years ago. So getting another sigil and having it being divine, oh man, that's amazing. And if you are wondering, the divine right now is 14 to 15 mil. Probably doesn't sell for that, but I don't really care. It's just knowing that I got this, I'm happy. And then for another 200 kills, I pretty much went nowhere, but I did get a holy elixir on the way. So I ended the corp kills at kill 405, so I think 405 kills is a lot of progress for one episode. And later in the video, you will find out how much cannonballs and onyx bolts I got throughout the 400. Additionally, I did get 2,000 blue charms and 1,400 crimsons throughout these 400. Using that as an average, let's say I continue that trend for the remaining amount of kills, I'm getting 5 blues per kill and roughly 3.5 crims. And that will be fantastic for 120 summoning and 200 mil. So the next bosses that I'll talk about all are in the God Wars 2. Now, the drops that I got that I will be talking about were covered in the loot videos that I made upon release during the 100 kills. So most of the kills for each of the bosses is around 100. The only exception is one of them, which you'll find out. But I still want to refresh you guys on what I did get. First, let's talk about Gregorovich, my second favorite boss of God Wars 2. During the 100 kills that I did for the loot video, I got 2 essence drops, which at the time I think were 700k. And I did sell all of my loot for all of the God Wars 2 bosses. So the loot from these guys is cash in my tab. But any further kills past 100, I will just be keeping the loot. And then additionally, at 80 kills, I got an offhand Shadow Glaive, which I think at the time was 12 mil, so not too bad. It's always nice to get a good drop in the first 100 kills, especially for a loot video. And then for the next God Wars 2 boss, I did Twin Furies for 100 kills. That was extremely boring, in terms of drops at least. I got 1 Zamarakian Essence, and that was it. And that is the cheapest of the essences as well. You can probably guess why. Twin Furies are way too easy. But either way. Then I did Hellware for 100, which was slightly better. I did get an Essence there as well, but I got Dormant Helm too, which I think at the time was 400k. It is a lot less now. It's 100k. And then the last boss. This is the boss that was pretty crazy. Alright. So this is the only one that I went over 100 kills at. To be exact, I was at 138 kills for the series on this one. And let me refresh your memory on the loot video. Within the first 100 kills, I got a Dragon Rider Lance, which that's really crazy. At the time, that was 25.2 mil. Yeah, it's kind of crazy that I got another weapon in God Wars 2 that early on. I also got a body drop, which I don't remember the price. I also did get an essence, I believe. But this is where it gets crazy. Alright, so I finished the loot video right at 100 kills, and then I decided to go back to Vindicta to work on the pets, of course. And on the third kill after I came back, so kill 103, I actually got the diddy pet. And that was so early into the stream as well, so I was like fucking freaking out. I was not expecting anything that early. And I get a pet at 100 kills pretty much when the drop rate's 1 in 2,000. So if you needed another example of why I'm so lucky in this game, there you go. But yeah, if you guys are wondering, Vindicta actually has 2 pets. I have to get the Diddy, which I did, and then I also have to get the dragon pet, which is the dragon that she rides during the fight. So I'm not done with Vindicta yet. I also do have to get a couple more drops as well to finish off the boss drops requirement. But getting this pet this early on, oh man, it's crazy. And now we are 1 less pet to go to finish the series. But yeah, that was basically the episode. I got 405 Corp done, 100 Twin Furies, 100 Helwer, 100 Grigorovich, and about 138 Vindicta. Especially with the pet and the Divine Sigil and the other miscellaneous drops. I think this was a pretty good episode to start off summer. So yeah, without further ado, let's move on to the slides and see how I'm progressing so far. First thing we talked about was the Corp. Again, 405 kills. And then we have the Divine. We still need to get the 3 other sigils. Now I know they're not super expensive, so it's not really imperative. But again, it's just for the novelty of the series. It'd be nice to get 1 of each, right? And yeah, I did get 22,000 cannonballs, which I think when I did this, they were like 500 each, but I think they're cool. I think they're a little lower than that. I'm not really sure, but either way, that is a lot of money right there. I also do have 2,100 Onyx Bolts and then 3 elixirs. So it's going to be really nice to see where this goes, because I keep on putting estimates out there of how long this is going to take. It could legitimately take me 4,000 kills to get everything. So these numbers are going to be ridiculous, and if I can manage it, I would like to solo all of that, because knowing that I got everything myself would be fantastic. Plus, it'd be a ridiculous amount of money. But anyway, the next one we talked about was Grigorovich, and we did get the offhand glaive, like I mentioned. I just made the offhand one slightly smaller so you could tell the difference. I got none of the armor pieces, and I also got 2 of the essences. But yeah, moving on to the next one. This is Twin Furies. And again, like I said, it was pretty damn uneventful. I only got 1 essence. So this is bare for now. And then Helwer, pretty much nothing happened. But I really want to get that wand. And I think it's still 20 mil or so. So if that's the case, Helwer's going to make bank. And then what you guys have been waiting for. Not really, probably not. Here's Vindicta. I got an essence, a body, and a Dragon Rider Lance, like I said. So 3 out of 6 so far, plus 1 of the pets. But just hold up a minute, I'm not there yet. Okay, now we're on the pets. So you might be wondering, where the fuck is Vindicta? So this was my original slide for my boss pets. I did change the background a bit. I've been changing the background pretty much like every episode now. I feel like I'll keep it this way because I like the contrast, and I also added more like effects on the ones that I didn't get, so it's easier to tell that I didn't get them. If you do have any other suggestions, like if it's hard for you to tell, then just tell me in the comments, but I think it looks okay for now. So I do have the Bandos pet, I do have the Sarah pet, and the all of the Araxor pets. So on this page it's still kind of bare, but at least I have one of the harder pets complete. And here's the new page I had to make. So currently it has these 6 God Wars 2 pets that are available, but as more bosses are released and the series continues, I probably will have to add more. So I do have room over here. If, like, let's say Telos drops a boss pet, I have to put it up here. So yeah, I'm 1 out of 6 on this page. Got that Diddy. But honestly, I'm really hoping for that Helwer pet, the Lil Wer, because, oh damn, he's cute. And then finally, here are the stats for the series. So a lot of these numbers just boggle my mind. Like, it's crazy. Like, total boss kills, 6,000, pretty standard. But the time spent on the series is just ridiculous. But, oh man, it is a fun series. I don't regret any of that time. Maybe Mole. I have done some Mole, but I haven't covered it in the series yet. But that wasn't that fun. But yeah, we're nearing the 300-hour mark. We're probably going to hit 1,000 hours by the end of the series. Hopefully we don't hit that soon, because that's kind of scary. And yeah, we did add a shit ton of strength experience because of the corp kills. So 32 mil strength, that's kind of ridiculous. The magic has not changed for several episodes. I don't know when I'll ever get that up, because, you know, I never really do Rots, never really do Virago. Not a big fan of either of those. I don't do raids. So I don't know where that's gonna increase. Maybe Telos you mage, not really sure. It's kind of sad. It's just like sitting there with 5 mil. But enough with the slides. I covered everything. Now let's go over what I actually made in the episode. But before I show you how much I made in the episode as a whole, I do want to refresh you on what my tab looks like, just so you can get more context on why this series is so good for my bank. Okay, let's jump right into the bank and see what my tab looks like. Just keep in mind some of these items are from my Slayer series, like the Blood Shards, obviously. Actually, like a third of the Ceramic Scales and a lot of the rune items are from the Slayer series. So the one thing I did notice, and this is mainly from God Wars 2, is that my coal has skyrocketed. Like, I am now over 100k coal, which that looks absolutely beautiful. Now, this is a stretch, but wouldn't it be cool if I got 100k runite ore? Like, wouldn't that be sick? I don't think I'll ever be able to do that, but like having like a whole row of ore with 100k, I mean, I'd have to do a lot of bossing, but maybe that'd be kind of like an end goal. That's probably way out of the question, but even Onyx Bolts getting 100k would be kind of cool as well, because so many bosses drop it. And then here's the rare items tab. Not much has changed. I haven't really added much here. And remember, I did sell pretty much all of the God Wars 2 items. I did keep a couple of them, but for the most part, I sold them, so that's why it's kind of bare. I do have Nex items and Drygors that should be in here. I just have sold them a long time ago for cash. So by the end of the series, I will buy them back so that this tab can look absolutely beautiful. But yeah, that's basically the tab. I think that pretty much sums it up. Okay, without further ado, I've rambled enough in this video. Let me tell you how much we made for each of the bosses and how our total profit has changed. So Corporeal Beast got me 67 mil, and a lot of that is from the Divine. Gregorovich got me 26. Twin Furies were 13 mil. Hellware was 16. Vindicta was a surprisingly 47 mil, which a lot of that, actually more than half of that, was from the Dragon Rider Lance, so I guess it's not too surprising, but so that all adds up to 169 mil profit in this episode. Now that's not as much as my other episodes have been, but you gotta keep in mind, Corp is good money, but it's not like exceptional like Araxor or other bosses I have done in the past, and we're really just getting started with God Wars 2. So using that value, the last episode I ended at 1.889 bill, and now for episode 7, we're at 2.058 bill. So we finally cleared the 2 bill mark. Not quite max cash, but we're getting there. Hopefully we'll hit it in the next episode. But I'm just really happy that we made it to 2 bill on episode 7. And if you are wondering, I have been doing this series since February of 2015, so it's been a very long time. Obviously there's been a lot of breaks, but you know, over time, this series does make me a ton of money, and hope you guys have been enjoying them. During this summer, I should be able to make more episodes, because I'll be bossing a lot more. Hopefully I get lucky with pets as well. And another thing before I go, if you are interested, I do have a friends chat, because I've been fairly inactive consistently throughout the past like 6 months. My FC isn't as big as it used to be, so if you do want to hop in and talk to me, or talk to any of my friends in here, or anybody that is in here, then join my friends chat. It's just my name, Fat Nooblet. It'd be awesome to talk to you guys. Either way, I'll see you guys in the next video, whatever it is. Have a good day.